Christians should avoid using the church altar against Muslim candidates and vice versa. Reno Omokri, welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. The former aide to ex-president Goodluck Jonathan and popular social media influencer Reno Omokri have finally reacted to the viral video of how a pastor used the church altar to preach against Muslim candidates. In the recent video that he released on a social media account, Reno made it known that a prophet gave a prophecy about God rejecting the presidential candidate of the Young Progressives Congress, APC, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on the church altar. He made it known that how would the people feel if an Islamic cleric goes to the mosque to give a prophecy against a Christian candidate? How would the people feel about it? He went further by saying that if people do not show understanding to others, how do you expect others to show understanding to us? He went further by saying that he supports pastors and Muslims who support politics, but what he does not support is for a pastor to be using the altar to do politics. In his words, Reno said Christians should avoid using the church altar against Muslim candidates and vice versa. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. Reno Omokri is saying, I'm trying to get where he's coming from. I know where he's coming from. I'm trying to say it out. What he's saying is, Christians should not use the altar to preach against Muslim candidates. That means they should not be partisan. Is it partisan? I don't know. Partisan is not the word. You can come out and say, vote wisely. You can come out and say, vote for candidates that is going to make Nigeria a better country. You can come out and say, what's it called? Do not vote for people who, you're not sure if they're going to make this country a better place, or do not vote along ethnic sentiments. Ethnic lines and all those kind of stuff. But don't come outside and, use the altar to say Muslim candidate or Christian candidate. I think that's what I want to say. You should not come out to say, it is not good. You preach against it. But to me, I think to an extent, Reno is actually right. I'm saying he's right in the sense that you see the presidential candidate of the All Progressives, the People Democratic Party. Look, whether we like it or not, we are not part of the primaries, and so the APC picked him. They gave him their ticket. It is now left for us. I've said it, we're not even supposed to be talking too much this time around because we have been talking too much. That is why these people, they feel that we know if we do anything. So it is time for us to just remain very quiet. You don't like what is going on in the APC, right? You don't like what is going on in the PDP. You understand? No problem. Take your grievances to the poll. Like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong in coming out to say, do not support coming out to say, don't vote along sentiments. You can say that. Don't vote along religion lines and all that. Or do not vote for somebody who is not competent. But coming out to say, I think to an extent, sure. As in, just like, let me say, for instance, there are different way of saying, do not vote for the All Progressive Congress. You don't need to come out to say it like that, literally. For instance, you can say, do not vote for bad governance. You can say, do not vote for insecurity. Do not vote for killing. Do you understand me? Do you get where I'm coming from? Make it come be saying that people can't interpret and say, okay, what are you even saying? Do you understand? But don't come out literally and say, don't vote for a particular candidate on your altar. It's actually wrong. People can choose whoever they want to vote for, but the thing is, you cannot advise people. But the thing is, don't come outside so open like that. I think to an extent is right. Let's continue with their nonsense. On election day, I don't know whether can not just organization, or they can make the whole process in Nigeria on election day. They can make come and carry my hand and press for the person where they want. You can be petty, eh? Like I said, all of us get choice. As in, we go choose our choices. we go make our choice on that election day. Of course, in fact, we don't already make our choice. It is just for us to say who our choice is. You understand? To give him our votes. That is what is left. What Rani Omokri is saying is it is not right for the way it is going to sound wrong. To Muslims who are going to come out and start saying, "Oh, don't vote for Christians." Oh. I found the perfect scenario. You know that time Atiku went to the north and there's this particular statement he said that, "Oh, do not vote for people who are not northerners." Do you understand? Do not vote for Igbo or Yoruba candidate. Do you understand? Like that. It is wrong to stand in your pulpit. Whether as an Islamic clerical, whether as a pastor, evangelist, or what have you. It is wrong. But you can actually come outside and tell people to vote wisely. You can come outside and tell people not to vote along lines of sentiment. You can come out and tell people to vote the right person. Do you understand me? But coming out like that to come and say that, to me, if you check and weigh, it did very, very wrong. Okay. The haters can talk now, sir. May God continue to bless you for the resolute knowledge. They should be mature because they exist in another planet, Abi. They have their own school, market, bank, and hospital in another world. Imagine the foolish talk. Christians stayed way too long from politics. It's part of what is making up to stay what we are already. Exactly. But it does not mean that in coming out, you are going to come out to know. We all should learn to be civilized too. Like I said, if it is, let us twist it. Let us turn the table. Let us see if the Islamic clerics start coming out to say, they talk true now. And I don't say even anything will be say the truth. Now they stand for. The one will be true. I know go stand for them. The Muslims now, the Islam clerics will now come out and say, "Oh, do not vote for Christian candidates." To me, it's going to sound very strange and bizarre. So the same way we will kick against them, now he make we kick against them now. All right. You are very wrong in the side of Christians. You are very wrong in the side of okay. So the thing is, what's it called? It's not going to sound okay. There's no how I've tried to reason it from left, right, and center. If we say make we talk like this thing will cause. Say for Nigeria, we are already sitting on a religious crisis. Let's not make no ourselves, make no deceive ourselves. So now this kind of thing they bring religious crisis. So make everybody Christian or Muslim. We could not talk waiting go trigger. Right? No, it talk well for this particular one. Okay, you are very wrong in the side of Christians. Christians go against candidates that render Christians incompetent in political appointments and governance. Well, that one is another angle we are going to look at. Okay, on those notes, we've come.